Hello and welcome. Do you make New Year's resolutions every year? Do you stick to them? Well, today, let's look at how you can keep those New Year's resolutions or anything that you want to change in your life so that they can have them really make a difference for you. Hello, I'm Carol DeChaine, your intuitive spiritual guide for practical matters and certified Marconics Energy recalibration practitioner. So, do you make those New Year's resolutions every year? Or do you choose to make some changes in your life, which are pretty much the same thing? Well, how long do you keep those resolutions? Or do you keep up those changes that you decide to do? Now, there are different levels of how well we do. Some people, they don't even remember that they're going to be doing those things. They don't even start. For example, when I decide I'm going to be exercising, I go to bed one night and I go, oh, I forgot to exercise. But I am not going to be getting out of bed in order to do it. So I make another assumption that the next day I'll do it instead. But if I even remember to do it, I'd be very surprised. So these are the types of things that sometimes we do. We don't even remember that we've made this resolution until a couple of days later, and then we go, oops, oops. So that's one thing that can happen. We can also do work on it and keep that resolution for a short time, whether it's a couple of days or a week or how long we make it for. We do give it a good attempt at it. And sometimes we do it for a few months and then we sort of do it less and less and less and kind of peter out. And then we realize, uh-oh, I didn't make my New Year's resolution again. But sometimes we keep at it and we change our habits. We shift who we are or what we're doing in a way that works for us. Now, these unfortunately seem to be kind of rare occasions, at least in my world, they seem to be kind of rare occasions. So, how can we make these changes and shifts in our life or these New Year's resolutions stick better? How can we make these things become a habit if that's what we want? So, if you want to kick an old habit or become a little different than what you are now, whether it's more loving, you, whatever it is, you need to actually do something. You can't keep doing what you're doing in order to get from here to there. You do need to make some sort of changes in your life, or you will have no changes in your life. So, how can you set up these New Year's resolutions and keep them so that it will do that for you? Well, I'm going to give you a couple of tips so you can try these and see how they work for you. First, make your goals seem possible, at least at first. Now, long term dreams are great. They're absolutely fabulous, but sometimes at the beginning they can seem like impossible dreams and they can seem like too far. I mean, like if you want to lose 200 pounds, it might be just too much to just say that up front. It might seem great, but it also might seem impossible. So you might not even really start or barely start and then just not get anywhere. So try starting with the easier one so you don't have that discouragement. Unless, of course, you're someone who makes a goal and sticks with it and goes, then more power to you. Thank you. You're doing great. But the second choice, besides after making your goals seem more possible, the second thing you can do is whatever your ultimate goal is, sticking with the losing weight thing, what if you want to lose, say, 40 pounds in a year? Instead of saying that, which you don't have as much attachment to it, maybe it's 50 pounds in a year. So what do? You can say you want to lose maybe 4 pounds a month, or maybe you say you want to lose 1 pound a week. Whatever seems more doable for you so that you can think, hey, if I can lose 2 pounds in a week, so if I mess up one week or gain a pound, I can lose two the next week because it's not so impossible. And it feels like it's something you can do. So it doesn't discourage you or stop you from moving forward. So that's an option that or a tip that might be of help to you. And the third thing is that, like I said, sometimes we forget what we're going to do. So you need to calendar it. Calendar it, set reminders, but somehow schedule it into your day. So for example, if you seem to be stuck on changing your body right now in this one, but so what happens if your goal is to exercise? If your goal is to exercise twice a week, Put it on your calendar so you set aside the time. Make it as sacrosanct as you can so that you don't shove something else in that time slot. If it's on your calendar, it's a little harder to do that. It's still, well, we can still do it, but hopefully it makes us at least think a second and third time before we give something else that time zone that we've kept for it. And you can also schedule little reminders during the day. If it's something like be kinder to my workmates because I usually snarl at them or something, maybe once every 2 hours you put a little reminder, say, try kindness. Or maybe you want to get up once an hour to stretch and walk around because you're staring at your computer screen. So you set a little reminder once an hour. Look, get up, little alarm or something. Just to be able to make sure you can keep moving forward with what you want to accomplish. I mean, we have to be kinder sometimes to ourselves as well. And in order to do that, we need to set those reminders. We have great technology. You need to use it to your advantage. So remember, if you want to change your life or keep those New Year's resolutions, first, start out with a little bit smaller, doable goals instead of the huge dream, which are fabulous to have, don't get me wrong, but let's start out with something that seems more doable. And then the second thing is to make sure that if you have a big goal or a larger number of something you want to do, keep it into smaller bites. Do that one baby step at a time so that you can feel like you're accomplishing it instead of it seeming impossible. And three, in order to remember and in order to get it on that schedule, put it in your Google Calendar or whatever calendar you use, your Outlook calendar. Put it on there and then set reminders if you need to or alarms if you need to. Whatever it is that you need to do in order to make this work for you, do yourself that favor and give yourself that gift and keep those things going. Do the calendaring, do the reminders. If you can do all of that, or even any of that, you can start changing your habits and shifting into the person that you truly want to be. And I have to say that you already are perfect the way you are, but sometimes we don't feel like it. And there are certain things we can do. Maybe be less angry, be more loving. And those things make us feel better about ourselves. I hope that I've helped you with some ideas in order to keep your New Year's resolutions or any changes that you want to make. Until next time, thank you for joining me. I'm Carol DeChaine, and if you would like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would be love to have you come back again. By all means, also hit the bell notification so you know the next time I put out a video. Thank you for joining me. Do check out connecttojoy.com and see there so many different things about what I do, the coaching, the Marconics multidimensional energy, no touch, and recalibration protocols, as well as energy space clearing for your home and your office. Thank you again. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.